Coming out, if I'm honest, never ends. I still have to come out now. Yeah. Right? I'm on the phone to someone, they'll question, are you Miss Bea Wood? I'm like, yeah, we've got a deep voice. Well, I'm trans, I'll just come out again. You know? But the big sort of coming out originally to the world, I feel like it was a weak way of doing it, if I'm honest. At first I tried to end my life. My adopted mum, she found me. She stopped me and said, what are you doing? I can't do this anymore. I told her. And she was scared and worried. Things went downhill from there, if I'm honest, but it was either end my life or be me. It got to breaking point. I'd already come out of an abusive relationship at this point. They were trapping me from not being me. They knew about me and they made me believe that my life would be over if I came out. I'd be a freak, I'd be accepted. And over years I believed it. There was more to it than that, but that's for another day. I went out, I found some new friends. Complete randomers. The idea behind new people was, as fast as I met them, I could push them away. Yeah. It was safe. I couldn't come out to a close friend because they would know and tell my circles and whatever. So I found some people and I told them how I am, the situation I'm in. So we're going out on Saturday night. Why don't you come with us? We'll go get you a dress, wig, some makeup. So we did. We had a bit of a shopping day out. I was petrified. Walking into a women's shop, looking at dresses, looking over me like, you know, who's going to see what, you know, what they're going to think of me. It was horrible, but exciting. Yeah. So mixed feelings. I did anyway. Long story short, we got dressed up, got dolled up, got my makeup on, got my wig on. God, it was a bad wig, but nevertheless, I did it. Yeah. We got a taxi. We went out. I stood up the high street, Scunny. I said to him, take a picture. Took a picture of me. Went into a bar, had a few shots, and I put it on Facebook. Put it on Instagram, and I said, I'm out with me. Can't remember the exact wording that went with it, but it is still there if I search back. 2014 I came out, so that's a lot of scrolling to do. But yeah, I made a post and I lost just over 500 friends in a week. But that's how I came out. I did it on social media while getting absolutely off my head. Try not to worry. Be you. The chances are you're going to suffer loss. That loss could be friends, could be family. Like me, I lost my job, but you might not. The flip side of this all, you might surprise yourself and not lose anybody. Everybody's circumstances are different. Be aware of where you live. If you're coming out as trans and you live in, I don't know, a stereotypical village or old mining town or anything like that, opinions will be different. I came out in a village and the opinions there were completely different to, say, coming out into a town centre or a city centre. Be aware that there's going to be battles, but I promise you, if you lose one person, in the long run you're going to gain 2 or 3 others. But you're going to gain people that respect you and accept you as who you are. And that is living your life in your truest form. Coming out is the hardest and scariest thing in the whole world. I was more scared of coming out than I was having operations or even spiders. I hate spiders. I'm scared of them, but coming out was bigger. I've been hiding it for so many years. Make sure you live your own truth. Make sure you realise that haters are not worth your time. Comments will get to you. You've got to push past them and see the love, because love will always win over hate. And just realise that there's a whole community out there for you. Not just Pride every year, but there's groups of LGBT people all around the country. If you lose your parents, you'll find new parents. They might not be biological parents, but they'll love you for who they are. The pain of coming out can be similar to losing somebody, and you almost grieve for them, but just like with bereavement, it gets easier over time and you can build your life again. So make sure you live true to yourself. Stay strong, be proud, and be you. Tourette's is a neurological condition. With adults, it's diagnosed by a neurologist, not a psychiatrist, because it's a difference in the brain. So it's not a mental health disorder. We're not crazy. Well, that comes alongside it for me, but there's a stereotype about Tourette's which is wrong. Or it's not wrong. I'm going to nick part of someone's TED talk now. The problem with the stereotype is not that it's untrue, it's that it's incomplete. Tourette's to many is known as a swearing disease. 10% of us swear with Tourette's, that's it. It's called coprolalia. And there was a documentary, a good friend of mine, Johnny Davison, who's got an MBE, he did a documentary, his life growing up with Tourette's. One of the documentaries was called I Swear and I Can't Help It, which was an incredible insight into Tourette's, so accurate, so perfectly put together. He's part of that 10% like me. But 90% of us just get motor tics. Tourette's is a difference in the brain where it's as natural as blinking, sneezing, breathing. We don't think about these things every day. Tics happen just the same, whether it's a blink, a wink, a neck jerk, a squeak. All these little motor tics we get, it happens without us thinking about it.
Yeah.
When you think about intrusive thoughts, we've all had them. You were about to walk down a busy street and your anxiety's going. You get intrusive thoughts that you don't want. You don't want to feel anxious, but you do feel anxious.
Yeah.
Your first day on a new job, going to the dentist, going for an operation, whatever you're doing, we all get intrusive thoughts. Well, that part of your brain is so powerful you can't get rid of those thoughts sometimes. They take over. A tic is even more powerful than that. It's a part of your brain overriding your rationality, doing it for you. I can suppress to a level, that means hold a tic in, but it is for a level. It's like tension building up. It's like electric going around your body, making all your muscles tense. Eventually you have to let those tics out. Yeah. And my God, when they come out after you've been suppressing, they come out bad. Tourette's, for me, has been debilitating. You know the word I'm after, but I can't say it. I've just started getting leg tics and my legs start collapsing under me, and that might put me in a wheelchair when I go out, but people will see me as able-bodied because there's nothing wrong with my legs. Yeah. I can walk. But Tourette's makes it dangerous when I cross a road or I'm in a busy street. Tourette's, people see, I said it's a swearing disease, but even though I have coprolalia, and I might shout a lot of stuff, probably makes up about 10 or 20% of my tics. If I have 1,000 or 2,000 tics a day, it wouldn't be out, that'd be about normal. Now that's as simple as the blinking I'm doing. It's non-stop, and it's not that it even bothers me, it just happens. My squeaks, my little neck twinges, just even though they're little and subtle, they're there, and it's my brain doing it, and I can't help it. The bigger tics I get like punching, hence why I end up wearing an MMA fighting glove to protect my hand, because I get a spasm in my arm, and I can't help it. It's bang, whatever's there. It doesn't matter if it's a person, if it's a wall, if it's the alcohol aisle in Asda. That can get expensive. I just get it. It just happens. We can't control what we do. There's no cure for it. They can put us on antipsychotics, but they don't always work. They very rarely do work. Because we're not psychotic, it just affects the same part of the brain. There's a lot of stigmas behind Tourette's that you can have Tourette's and not swear, and people don't realise that. That's a stigma. The stereotype is swearing. It's probably the most bizarre condition in the world. How many conditions make you shout things you don't want to shout? You're not always aware what you're going to come out with. Most of what I tick is random, but the other half is observations. I'm not homophobic because I am queer.
Yeah.
Not transphobic. My tics are. I'm not racist. My tics are.
Yeah.
They don't represent who I am. I don't want to shout them. There's a part of my brain that makes me, and that's the hardest bit. That and the motor tics. If someone hadn't come across Tourette's before, it is bizarre. It is unusual. If someone hasn't come across Tourette's before and they think, why have they shouted that? Do they really think that of me? No, we don't. But you know what? If you feel awkward or bad for being around someone like it, we feel 10 times worse. I don't want to walk into a shop and shout, I'm a fucking shoplifter, but I do. Then the security look at me. Sometimes I get followed around by security because of it.
Yeah.
What have I done wrong? I've got Tourette's. Doesn't make me a bad person. There's a lot of misunderstanding and lack of understanding about it. TikTok has helped in a way. The Wall Street Journal did a really poor article on it. Say it's causing Tourette's. No, it's not causing Tourette's, but awareness is out there and people are realising they've got Tourette's. But because they don't swear, they think it can't be. Well, yes, it can be.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think people realise how debilitating Tourette's is, how many restrictions it puts on your life. Simple things that other people do you can't do. Going to the cinema. I mean, anything like going ice skating, rollerblade, all like that is a no-go. Going into quiet places, whether it be a library, whether it be going to college or uni, everyone's got to adapt around you, so you're not a distraction anymore. That's really difficult. Sitting in a theatre watching TED Talks, having to sit near the door so you can go out and let your tics out while someone's speaking so it doesn't distract them.
Yeah. Suppressing
all the time and then letting them all out. It's not only exhausting, but it's horrible because you just want to sit and listen to what one of your friends has put so much work into.
Yeah.
And sit there and support them. And all you're doing is walking out the door to go punch a wall and squeak a load and shout a load of stuff so no one can hear you.
Yeah.
That's really difficult. Not only do I get followed by security in shops sometimes, I can't go shopping on my own at all. I will punch, I will drop to the floor. I've been threatened before. I was down the alcohol aisle buying on my own this time and buying some beer just to make sausage and ale casserole. Of course my tics got the better of me now. I was shouting fucking piss heads and all sorts. I was shouting I'm an alcoholic. I was shouting all sorts, and this guy, twice the size of me, and I don't mean in fat, I mean muscle, comes up to me and he starts threatening me, saying, wait, I'll see you outside, because I'm not having that language used around my wife. I said, I've got Tourette's, I can't help it. I'm very sorry if I've upset you. He didn't believe me. He told me to stop lying and putting it on. He squared right up to me and he says, I'll be waiting outside for you, there's no cameras. I've had a couple of coppers where I've shouted, I see police uniforms, I always tick really bad stuff. There's certain triggers I've got, and police are one of them. I work with the police, I get on with the police, but I ticked pigs. Well, there's a bit more to it than that. But anyway, I did, and I ticked, and they didn't understand. They came over to me and said, "Excuse me." And I had to explain to them and tell them. And thankfully now I have my Tourette's action ID. You have to show a diagnosis to get one of these, just to prove that I'm not making it up. That gets me out of some sticky situations. People seem to be more understanding when I have that on. Looks there a little bit less, but there's situations, yeah. It can be dangerous when you're walking down the street and there's a group of BAME teenagers and you start shouting something racist. You don't know what's going to happen. Personal goals is to get married to my other half. We're engaged. The only thing left to do is my birth certificate, to change it to female and get my proper name on it. Then we're set to get married. That would be my life made. I love my job. I love where I am. I love my job so much it doesn't feel like work all the time. And when you've got a job like that, you know you've finally cracked it. Yeah. So I think career-wise, as a day job, I've sorted everything.
Yeah.
But professionally, I won Miss Transgender UK. I've just done my first TEDx talk. Next, I think really it's to expand on my TED talk. It's to create awareness for trans people and people with Tourette's. They're both things obviously quite close to my heart for fairly obvious reasons. But it's not for me, it's for the rest of people. So they don't have to go through what I went through, coming out with the abuse and the hate and the suicidal thoughts. I want to try and... It's not about being a celebrity or becoming like famous. It's about just being that person that can inspire others to be them. To say, look, I can be me. I'll hold your hand while you do what you need to do. If you need to do what I did and take a picture and word it on social media, I'll sit next to you while you type it. I'll give you the confidence to press post. If you fall, I'll catch you. And then when I've picked you up, could be the best you can be. That's the idea. Now obviously I'm only one person and I can't be there for everyone. But if I can do some extra things on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, when I've figured out how to work TikTok anyway, I've just made an account, but I need a 12-year-old to teach me it, you know. When I get there, it's not about being famous. It's just about, I've had my shining lights when I came out. And I want to repay that favour to them by being a shining light to other people, to inspire them just to be them. If I've helped someone else come out, if I've helped someone else have the confidence to go forward and achieve their dreams, and they're successful from it, then I'm happy. That's my life work's done. You might meet someone that's different. Difference is a beautiful thing. It doesn't matter if it's skin colour, religion, if they've got one leg, two legs, one arm, two arms, or maybe even three arms. That'd be interesting. But it doesn't matter who you are. You're human and you're valid. Make sure that if you're not different, accept the person that is different, because they'll have some beautiful qualities that you maybe haven't seen yet. If you are different, make sure you show everybody the best you can be. Have the confidence to stand loud and proud and say, I'm me, I'm human, I'm valid, I'm a person. Because everybody is valid. Society is just a horrible place. Rise above society. Rise above the haters. The way you beat them is being kind. Showing them that they don't get to you. Reach as high as you can reach and be the best person you can be. And let's accept and love everybody. There's enough hate in the world. We don't need any more. We just need love and kindness.